Have you ever wondered what would happen if the sun exploded? A terrifying thought, isn't it? The sun, our solar system's glowing heart, is so much more than a celestial body. It is the ultimate source of life on Earth, showering us with warmth and light, making our existence possible. But what if this powerhouse were to unleash its full fury? What if it were to explode in a spectacular supernova? A supernova, in essence, is a star's grand finale, a cosmic explosion of epic proportions. The sun exploding would be like billions upon billions of nuclear bombs detonating at once. The sheer magnitude of such an event is almost unimaginable, and the consequences catastrophic. But before we get carried away with apocalyptic visions, let's take a moment to understand the science behind it. The sun exploding isn't something that just happens out of the blue. There's a complex process involved, a dance of cosmic forces. Now let's delve into the science behind a solar explosion. A solar explosion, or supernova, isn't a simple event. It's a complex process involving incredible forces. To understand this, let's delve into the heart of a star. Stars, like our sun, are massive spheres of hot gas, primarily hydrogen and helium. They shine bright because of the nuclear reactions at their core, where hydrogen atoms fuse together to form helium. This process, known as nuclear fusion, releases a tremendous amount of energy, which we perceive as heat and light. But stars can't burn forever. Over billions of years, they exhaust their hydrogen fuel. When a star like our sun runs out of fuel, it starts to collapse under its own gravity. The pressure and temperature at the star's core rise dramatically, causing the helium to fuse into heavier elements like carbon and oxygen. This process continues, forming heavier and heavier elements until iron, the stellar endpoint, is produced. Now, here's where things get interesting. The fusion of elements lighter than iron releases energy, keeping the star stable against gravitational collapse. But the fusion of iron doesn't. Instead, it absorbs energy, destabilizing the star. This imbalance between gravity and energy production leads to a cataclysmic event, a supernova. Unlike a regular solar flare, which is a burst of radiation from the star's surface, a supernova is the violent death of a star. In a fraction of a second, the star's core collapses, and a shock wave blasts its outer layers into space. The energy released is so immense that for a brief moment, a single supernova can outshine an entire galaxy. This explosive event also triggers the creation of elements heavier than iron, scattering them across the universe. These elements, including the gold in your jewelry or the calcium in your bones, are the cosmic legacy of supernova. So, what would this mean for our beloved blue planet? Well, that's a tale of cosmic proportions filled with wonder, awe, and a hint of existential dread. But that's a story for the next scene. It's hard to imagine, but the impact of a solar explosion would be catastrophic for Earth. This celestial event would trigger a series of immediate and long-term effects that would reshape our planet's future. In the immediate aftermath of the explosion, Earth would be subjected to intense radiation. The ozone layer, our shield against harmful solar radiation, would be significantly damaged or even completely destroyed. This would expose life on Earth to extreme levels of ultraviolet radiation, leading to an increase in skin cancers and other radiation-induced diseases. The influx of energy would also lead to extreme temperature changes. The side of Earth exposed to the explosion would experience sudden, intense heating, potentially causing wildfires on an unprecedented scale. Conversely, the side facing away from the sun would be thrown into a chilling darkness. This disparity in temperature could trigger severe storms and other weather anomalies. But the effects would not stop there. The loss of sunlight would disrupt photosynthesis, the lifeblood of our planet's ecosystems. This could lead to a domino effect, causing the extinction of many species and disrupting the food chain. Over time, the Earth would cool significantly, entering a new ice age. This would transform the landscape, covering vast areas in ice and making survival for many species, including humans, incredibly difficult. The repercussions of such an event are far-reaching and devastating. the Earth as we know it would be drastically altered. A chilling reminder of the formidable power of our sun. So, to recap what we've learned today, the sun, our life-giving star, has an explosive potential that can drastically affect Earth. We've delved into the intricate science of a solar explosion, a phenomenon that, while devastating, is captivating in its complexity. We've also speculated about the possible impacts of such an event on our planet, a thought that indeed sends shivers down the spine. While the prospect of a solar explosion is terrifying, remember that our sun is a stable star and such an event is highly unlikely. But it's always fascinating to explore the what-ifs of our incredible universe.